There's news and comment. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Bring it in. Gonna give you some time to get in here. And anyway, if my numbers are done, I'm going onto YouTube after this anyway. So how's it going? Just get ready, folks. We've got some voter fraud, up-teen situations that you cannot. My mind is like exploding with what I'm seeing, but I'm not surprised. And I just want you to know that your life matters and our country matters and integrity in voting matters. So to get you on the right page, we have a system of checks and balances here in this country. And when it comes to voting, period, I don't care if it's your little county vote all the way up to, let's pick, I don't know, just your whole system of voting has its system of measures and do's and don'ts, and it is a due process, and anyone who is part of that system, whether it is the voter or the person who is counting the votes, receiving the votes and counting the votes, and the person you are voting for, they all have their due process, their proper way of doing things. And anything that is contrary to that is subject to question and subject to scrutiny. To delving into and finding out why it wasn't adhered to. That's what we're dealing with in this election on the umph level. You know, I have some years underneath me. I have several decades, and I remember when I was a little girl, when my mother was very active in her town she even helped revamp the charter of the town. So when something was gnarly, she would say so, and so at this juncture in my life, I am saying so. If the major media is blocking out the facts, and they are, I have a responsibility to tell you. Okay, so many due processes are not being adhered to in this election. Not just one or two, not just one party stomping their feet. And yes, I am a conservative person. You can jump on me all you want about that. But I'm also a person that lives in a free country, and right now it isn't about the persons that we are electing. It is about the process being totally marred and tossed and burnt and shuffled to hell. And you, the people, should stand up for this, because if we don't now, and if we don't raise a stink about it, we won't have another election that is bipartisan and fair ever again. And our country, you might as well just throw the laws and the Constitution down the toilet, because basically what this level of corruption is saying is screw the Constitution, screw your rights, screw your freedoms. And that is why I'm opening up my mouth. You people, we people have the right to scrutinize and give each other what for under a system of checks and balances. You know, as a jeweler person, if I was to buy a piece of gold from you and I didn't have my scale, and I guessed the weight and I undercharged you, you know, I underbought from you, I could have some serious fines shoved on me, okay? We have electronic scales in front of the people to show them how much something weighs, to show them accuracy and show them the proper price that we're paying for something. It's no different with elections and your vote counting and the system. Why do you think before the election that the president said this whole mail-in thing, there's no controls. There are no controls over this mail-in system, and you don't change the way something is done the year that it has to be enacted. You don't do that. You plan and you systematically go by checks and balances, and you set forth the guidelines that are safe for everyone. So the fact that somebody like Nancy Pelosi has pushed an agenda that, oh, there's nothing wrong with mail-in ballots, and your major media is like, the Trump administrations are all butt heads because they think that this whole thing with mail-in ballots, well, this is where our problem is right now, is the Pelosi's and the major media are basically hiding the fact that the real problem came in from these mail-in ballots. Okay, let's go there. All right, so Project Veritas just verified this. His name's James O'Keefe. That he has video evidence that voter fraud happened in Michigan, and he has one video of a whistleblower from Michigan and two from Pennsylvania. And basically, he has one person that's going on record that's saying that the postmaster, he heard this right like as if he was next door in, right there. He heard the postmaster instructing the postal colleagues to backdate the ballots from November 4th to November 3rd in Michigan. Now, chances are it happened in PA. I didn't really coordinate that very well. But when you have that kind of problem, you think that that's okay to just announce a state for the winner of a state? No, you have to double check what the hell happened there. How about this one? This is the biggest one that I think is ripping us apart, and I really believe that we may have to do a whole nother election if it comes down to how widely spread this is. Okay, so there was a computer program system that was, I don't know where it came from. I don't know who approved it to go through all of varying precincts. But apparently in Michigan, and this is on my Facebook, apparently in Michigan, this one ballot counter, basically, they were I guess pushing it through, and he saw a glitch in the computer counting, and he saw where he was pushing through ballots for Trump, and they were all being marked for ballots for Biden. That's 6,000 ballots he found. 6,000 in that one little county. So they contacted the Secretary of State, whoever's in charge of all this. They contacted her, found out that this same program was in 47 counties in Michigan. Same glitch. Now we find out that that program was mass sent out to 30 states. If this state, this little county has 6,000 issues on ballots, has an issue on 6,000 ballots, and they're reconstructing and checking out the 47 counties, what are we doing with the 30 states that have this? And what's up with that? This is not just, oh, I just scratched out mom and dad's name who died, which is a bigger one too, and I'm sliding it in. No, it's even bigger than that. I mean, I've heard of a situation where ballots were mailed to my friends' pets. Ballots were. I don't understand that. But what I'm trying to share with you is it's going to take not just 10 days. Heck, back in the election of 2016, guess what was going on there? back in 2016, there was a discrepancy, and don't you think Hillary Clinton stomped her feet? That took 37 days to rectify or find out what was going on. 37 days. We're only in day what? I don't know. Today's the 13th. We're in day 11 or 10. Are you kidding me? This fraudulent thing goes way up. Okay. So it's going to take some time, people. Now, here's on a personal level, a personal note, what I would tell you to do. If you're getting all stressed out, and this is a trauma, by the way, this is traumatizing on the highest level. All right. If you are getting like a nastiness in your belly, turn off the news. It's fake anyway. Go to some people that give a crap about you, give a crap about what's going on here, and care about your health, okay? And you can always come and check me out. I'm usually here, or you can send me a message. I always get informed on my Facebook, by the way. So if you have something to say it to me. I always get it, okay? So today I did hear that that on the first, it's a news station. I did hear that the Trump legal team is preparing for an all-out war, and they have a slew of lawsuits going in alleging widespread voter fraud in at least 6 states. So we've got this. It is going to take time. We knew it was coming. We knew that some people were just going to do whatever it takes, and they have no integrity, and they're doing it very crudely and crassly. And I don't know. I heard that when Joe Biden himself said, "Oh, we don't really need Florida," do you know how much money was poured into Florida just to try to get Florida by the Biden campaign? $80 million for this election. And they didn't need it? It pissed away that much money? Think about how much money is being pissed away. Okay? Well, how much money has been really pissed away from the Democratic Party, and you can't see what's happening? And how much of the major media is being bought, but how much money from globalists? They're there. I will go in that direction very shortly. All right. So as of this morning, we're sensing that Pennsylvania, let's see. This is from Real Clear Politics. It's a headline. Pennsylvania is back in play. The reason why, the number one reason why, is those 400,000 votes that were mailed in, if you will, in one lump sum, were supposed to be held back from the general completed voting process because they came in the night, and a high percentage of, I think most of them, said Biden on them, so they are in question. They were not votes that went through the due process. They were not calibrated and calculated as legitimate votes at that time, so they have to be pulled. Arizona is still, we're still trying to figure out Arizona. We do have a problem with, not a problem, but we do have to really look at Georgia closely, because if Georgia gets, if it's for Biden over there, basically what you have is a monopoly of government in Georgia, and it will make you puke what they will make you do. I'm just going to tell you. It looks like North Carolina is ours, and like I said, Pennsylvania is in play, and this doesn't include Michigan. So if you just look at all these things, and we're asking for voter recount in at least 3 states right now. So I'm here as a data person that kind of wants to crunch some stuff with you and call you out on this. But I'm also here for us who are believers and we've got to stand up and not let fear-based mongering, and they're nasty. I'm not going to deny that the mongering isn't real, but we're not going to succumb to blatant fraud and evil and disrespect for our Constitution. We are not going to do it. If this was flipped, don't you think that the crap would hit the fan? Don't you think it would hit the fan? Of course it would. All right, so let me think of what I want to say about this. All right, there comes a time, and I just started talking to people about this. There comes a time where, okay, we've been hit with COVID. This president's been hit with every kind of freaking slap in the face and, spear in the back. I'm not talking, they're going to just shoot him in the back, you Democratic Party people you hate mongers, leftist socialism, because there's a lot of people that are in the Democratic Party that aren't bad people, but there's a whole nasty far left that just has been in control of your thoughts, deeds, actions, your pocketbook. They've just been control freaks over you. And part of you, believe it or not, are the church. There's a lot of Democratic people that are in the church. I know, because guess what? I was in Philadelphia for a couple years. So I know the control that the machine has in cities like Atlanta and in Philadelphia. I know firsthand in Philadelphia, these great, wonderful Christian people are ingrained with a doctrine of suppression and oppression from and I like Candace Owens' title. She calls it what is it called? The Democratic Plantation. Yeah, and you know what? The thing that gets me about my gospel church that I love so much is that the people that I'm seeing, and they're adamant about staying Democrat, they are missing it. I don't know why, unless they're watching screwed up major media who's blocking everything. I don't know what they are missing, because they're smart people. I believe it's a spirit of oppression and suppression and, I don't know, denial, because it's just downright in front of you. When you have somebody, and I've been to the Supreme Court, no, the Superior Court and the Supreme Court in Philadelphia. I know what this Trump team is dealing with. Okay, I know it. Okay, because I've been a mediator and that kind of stuff on a couple of cases. So when I see my friends who are in Philly seriously standing and girding and not buckling over this fraud and their holy roller people, it boggles my mind. I want to take them and say, do you know, girlfriend, I freaking love you, but you are foolish, because this is bigger than a party. It is our freedoms. And people aren't getting it, and they don't know. And what's even crazier, maybe because it is the suppression of the Black culture, which I've been trained to help, maybe it's that peeling itself up and staring at me right in the face that this is how ingrained this suppression is, that they can't even see what's going on for their next generation. Oh my God. That's why I have to like pat Candace Owens on the back, because I know firsthand what these women were coming to me about and what they were trying to say, and they want to be used, and they're so brilliant, and they won't step out of their little cocoons, and it hurts. It really hurts, because I'm like, ladies, you got to come with me. We got to get out there, and you got to get your butts into these white churches and kick some spiritual butt, because we're complacent, and you're complacent. You're complacent through oppression, and we white folk are complacent because we just have everything, and we work and we have things, whatever that is. the complacency and the numbness and the neutrality in the church system is pissing me off. I'm so annoyed at that. We need to stand up and go to our legislature. I don't give a crap what you think about that stupid little term, separation of church and state. We need to get off of our butts and go to our legislatures and double check our votes and make sure that they are on where they're supposed to be, and make sure that if there is any voter fraud, bring it up. Look at your parents' history. Look at people you know who voted. Ask them if there were any discrepancies in their voting process. Document this and stomp your feet. Go and protest, because we need to know the right due process. We need to know that. And church people, guess what? You may not, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go get myself a weapon. I'm just going to wait on the Lord, and I'm just going to, God's got this. I'm like, God's got you with a boca. You have a mouth. He's got you with a mouth. Go out and freaking use it and tell people, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Stand your ground. You don't have to fight like this but you can stand your ground legally with a trained, active, not reactive mouth. And I'm calling that out to all of those who have faith and integrity and who want to see justice done. Yes, of course, justice done. It says in these last days that the final area of attack and pulling the veil away is going to be from judiciary issues and political issues. And right now, what we have is the swamp being drained. I'm going to go there right now. So what you have right here, back 4 years, let's say 4.5 years, there's this guy who says he wants to run for president. He is a full-fledged successful businessman, made beaucoup dollars, and he kept wondering if he should go after the presidency or not. And he finally made a decision. Based on a couple little things that he stood for to what party. He didn't do it because he had a full commitment over there, but he didn't have a full commitment over here. So he's like, well, I think I'm going to go over here because, okay. So what do you think happened? He is not from the political machine ever. He is not that machine. So in his process of becoming president, he starts finding some stuff out, okay, that you and I didn't know about, and it has been ingrained for decades and decades, okay? And he is like, okay, I'm going to stand for something, and he's becoming more aware of what he needs to do in the process. He didn't know beforehand. He just dumped himself in and said, I'm going to fix this probably for business. That's why I was voting for him. And the first time I figured, well, she's evil. He's a businessman. I'd rather go for a businessman than someone who I know is a lying thug. And so I actually went and I said, okay, I'm going to see what he's all about. And he's crass and he's tenacious. I'm tenacious. He's got more gumption than I know anyone could ever have. And then I start seeing that people are, once he becomes a president and he is unmasking things, and I know it's probably tripping him out. I can't imagine some of the things he found out. But he's going to buckle down because he is a business person. He's going to apply his expertise as a business person in these areas, and he's going to have a kick-butt team. And so while he's doing that, people on the other side are like saying, I'm going to say it for a better word, holy, he's finding out stuff. He's finding out stuff on both sides of the coin, not just oh, let's just attack the far left. The far left is obviously blatantly evil, okay? But there's evil in the Republican side too. He didn't know any of that stuff. And the media, which has been bought by the far left, and they're just like loving each other and they're in bed with each other for everything, they're keeping it suppressed and what he's finding out and stuff like that. And they are just gently covering all the sins and all the evil of all of the crap that's been going on for decades on the Democratic Party, and he's finding some stuff up on the Republican Party. Okay, so you got this going on, and the whole time they're throwing stinks and impeachment things and questioning Russia and all that stuff. The whole time they're doing that, they're spending your freaking tax dollar to try to incriminate a man who has no clue on, he's not doing anything wrong, and they file a false impeachment. Oh my God. I mean, this is hurting someone's everything, and the whole news system is placating it and making him look like a schmuck. And he's not a schmuck. If you really go get your butt and your head out of your butt when it comes to the major media, and get it out of your butt when it comes to wanting to have a mask on and not seeing what's really going on in front of you. Unbelievable, people. We have a massive fraudulent election that has occurred, and we're not going to step down and say and concede. I'm back in my president. I'm back in the Constitution of the United States of America until all legal due process of every ballot is counted. And if they're false, they are ditched. Okay, so I'm on a roll. I'm not going to back down from this, people. You need to have a support system. And I'm a support system for you. I'm a support system for myself, for crying out loud. And I'm going to be a mouth in the dark. In the light. I'm going to be a mouth in the dark, in the light, to expose the darkness. Oh my goodness. Anyway. I do know that, on a side note, looking at the trending politics, Pence breaks silence to take credit for Pfizer vaccine, and drug companies immediately deny Trump's involvement. That is a crock of crap. That is a crock of crap. Trump did everything. He worked with them specifically. I even remember a few times when it came to the vaccine, how he would bring up Pfizer. So look at this. That's just an appalling comment. That's from Google Chrome, by the way. Unbelievable, these people. Let's see, who else do I have? Okay, according to Mark K. Show, it says he's live now. Trump says he will win. He will. So, and those of you who, I stay on this Facebook page only because there's a lot of people who don't think the same way I do. It's really easy for me to pull my head off of this page, but my convictions are saying stay put. Maybe someone will listen to you, maybe they're not, but I'll tell you, I have a wide range of support, and I support a wide range of people. And one of them is this dude Brandon from the Walk Away. I am so proud of that whole group. So they're one of my core people that I really am like rooting for. Yeah. So let's see. It was brought to my attention that. Okay, I'm not going to go there right now. So what I'm going to have you do, because I really think that this is going to lead up to some of my other disclosures, is I keep talking about Agenda 21, the United Nations Agenda 21, And you folks need to read up on that. It was orchestrated, and people from the United Nations were met in Brazil. And our then president, President Bush Sr., signed it. And that whole Biden saying, oh, the first thing I'm going to do when I'm president is rejoin the Paris, what is the Paris, I can't remember the name, but anyway, basically what the Paris summit is they're calling it, and I want you to grab this, people. If this is the only thing you grab from anything that I say today, grab this. Okay, so the Paris summit that Trump went in and pulled us out of, basically, in a nutshell, is the equivalent to the green global interest, the reset, okay? It basically is, it's the Paris, it's called the Paris Treaty. It's Act 21. What the goal is globalization and realignment of all areas of the globe, okay? President Bush Sr. signed us in to this reformation. Since this happened, every president behind your back has been pushing for that narrative of major socialism. So, does this make sense? So, what you're being taught by the educated elite, all right, through formalized education called colleges and even all the way up through from grammar school up from the NEA, you are being trained in your head that socialism is acceptable because you had some president who said, screw America, I'm signing us up for globalization. He probably made the Bushes made a crap load of money off of this. A crap load of money. And so did the Clintons, and so did the Obamas. And this man called Trump walks in on this and says, holy crap. He doesn't say holy crap. Okay? And he's looking at this whole restructurizing wealth. And if you don't stand up for your Constitution right now and demand freaking a recall, a recount, whatever this election needs to make it show that there was that every ballot is okay, we will be under the Biden-Harris, and I'm going to say it, the Agenda 21 melding into socialism. And there are people out there like saying, oh, the socialization of people is going to be good. People, look at Marxism and look at what socialism does. It leads to communism. Oh my God. And if you don't think that the system of this election breaking down and the coup that you see has been happening is from out in left field, look at the playbook of Karl Marx. Look at the Marxism playbook. It is actually right in front of you. It is breaking down the whole system. It's trying to, but we caught it. We care about our U.S. We care about you. And you might be raging at the helm. It does not matter. There are people like us. I have daughters, family, grandkids. They think I'm a nutcase. I don't give a crap because I'm going to defend our country and my faith for my family. I don't care what it is, because when socialism comes in, if it comes in, you're going to be dehumanized because it's already in place for artificial intelligence to take over this thing called your Facebook, this thing called your computer system. It is working itself to control, okay? And that's where we are. And I'm trying to get the word out to my family, to my brothers and sisters, whomever it is. I'm trying to get it out to them, and I'm trying to get it out to you. that we the people will not go quietly into that good night. Absolutely not. We won't do it. We won't do it. We will fight and fight hard because we know who set up this government. We know that it was people who were not perfect, just not perfect people, but we were under the biblical standards of a loving God that has integrity, that has care, that has love. And every other side that I've been seeing is rage-based, hate-based, and they're just cruel. So, excuse me, I am trying to get you to get off your butt and start opening up your mouth and quit being so damn passive but mouthy, because there's a lot of you guys out there that are mouthy, and you're not doing something about it. Let's get together, text me or message me your issues. I'm all about you, the people, caring about you. If you care about the Constitution, if you don't care about the Constitution and you don't care about people, and you only care about yourself and your body functions and what your rights as a human body is, you don't care about the people, because we the people are everything. And if you cannot care about all those issues, if you don't have a freaking Constitution, aka a country that's based in freedom, to work through. If you don't have the Constitution, if you don't have this election being honestly counted, we don't have anything. Because let's face it, a lot of us don't believe in the media. Nope, a lot of us don't. And a lot of us certainly don't believe in our electoral system right now, because it was penetrated by the most evil of people. So that being said, I'm gonna tell you, God bless you. I'll be on often as I see fit. Your life matters, and you are great and wonderfully made. And yeah, join me Friday though for Your Life Matters Wellness. I will be talking about post-traumatic stress disorder, what that looks like if we're in the middle of it. I will be there. Okay. 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here. Your Life Matters Wellness. Take care, everybody.